The world's largest iceberg has completely melted. A23a, once the world's largest iceberg in the South Atlantic Ocean, has completely melted and disintegrated. Because the remaining ice area has fallen below the threshold for monitoring, it has now been officially removed from the records. Here is a summary of the life and disappearance of this iceberg king. Where did this iceberg king come from? The story of A23a began in 1986 when a massive chunk of ice broke off from the Filchner-Ronne Ice Shelf in Antarctica. At that time, it spanned 4,170 square kilometers, roughly two-thirds the size of Shanghai. It was nearly 400 meters thick and weighed over 1 trillion tons. However, immediately after breaking off, it became grounded on the floor of the Weddell Sea and remained stuck there for 34 years. It wasn't until 2020 that rising temperatures and ocean currents caused enough melting for the iceberg to lose its grip on the seabed and begin drifting north. How did it gradually disappear? The destruction of A23a accelerated significantly in recent years. Early 2023, it measured 4,035 square kilometers and held the Guinness World Record for the world's largest iceberg, but lost about 3% of its size by year-end. 2024. The area decreased by another 8%, leaving 3,544 square kilometers. 2025. Melting reached its peak intensity. It lost over 60% of its area in a single year. Between June and September, it broke into pieces, leaving only about 1,400 square kilometers. January 2026. Further fragmentation left only 503 square kilometers. Early April 2026. The area plummeted to just 35.2 square kilometers. As it no longer meets the criteria to be classified as a major iceberg, it has been officially delisted. Iceberg. What are the impacts of this melting? The rapid melting of A23a has significant consequences for the ecosystem and the climate. Ecological imbalance. Nutrients trapped in the ice for years were released into the ocean, causing massive phytoplankton blooms that turn the waters green. While this affects the natural balance, the large ice chunks also block the foraging routes of penguins and seals. Ocean currents. Approximately 1 trillion tons of fresh water flowed into the ocean, altering salinity levels and currents. This can disrupt the global conveyor belt of ocean currents that regulates the world's climate. Maritime hazards. The smaller fragmented ice pieces now pose a serious threat to fishing vessels and cargo ships. A warning for humanity. While the calving and melting of icebergs are natural processes, experts point out that the current rate of loss is driven by climate change. In 2025, ocean temperatures reached record highs, and the rate of global warming has more than doubled compared to the past. The swift disappearance of A23a serves as an alarm that Antarctic ice is melting faster than ever and highlights the urgent need to address the global climate crisis. Please subscribe History Story channel for more videos.